going green. My name is Bente and I'm coming to you here from my balcony in Oslo in Norway. This is a video podcast about all the things that I love to make, about my creative life. I do a lot of different things. I love to knit, I love to crochet, I love to spin, I love to weave, I love to do a lot of things. Needle felting, whatever takes my fancy that day. And I make quite a lot. So this is a podcast where I'm talking about what I'm making and what I love to make. It has been, I actually have 32 episodes already on this channel. They're all in Norwegian. And this is my first attempt at making an episode in English. So a lot of you will be new to me. And some I hope will have seen me before. You might wonder what became of me, where I went. To make a long story short, I ended up having to think about other things than podcasting. I was leaving my husband and well, here we are 2 years after and things are starting to be okay again, and it's time to start up my podcast again, so here I am. Everything is okay, we're good friends, nothing is bad happened, but it's stressful, it isn't good, so yeah. But here we are again, and my surrounding has changed. It might be a little, I don't know, too much contrast. It is outside, and it might be some noise from people behind me and things like that. And my neighbors might think that I'm ever so slightly gone crazy, talking to myself up here on the balcony, but we'll see. See what happens. I hope it will be okay with sounds and things like that. Okay, since it's been a long time since I've been podcasting, and you know, I have changed up a little bit, and there are a lot of new people here. I think I'm going to tell a little bit about myself and show a little bit what I've done the last 2 years. Not everything. I can't do everything because that would be way too much. So, and I have my cup of tea. I need my cup of tea. It's early morning, so I need it. So I'm going to show you some of what I've been up to lately. And then that would be an introduction to those of you who haven't been here before. And a little update for those who have. And, I should probably say something about speaking English. Actually, when I made the channel, I hadn't started making videos yet. My thought was to do it in English, but then I kind of cowered it out a little bit, to be quite honest with you. I saw some interviews with some other podcasters, American podcasters, saying that you needed thick skin to do podcasts. And I was thinking, I don't have thick skin. I don't want to get one either, particularly. so I cowered it out, and I did it in Norwegian. There are so much fewer Norwegians out there in the world, so the probability that you get someone who really wants to change you and make you different and make you buy expensive lights and find microphones and wear makeup and things like that, which I don't do and you won't get. The probability that you will meet them in the bigger world is higher than in just Norway. So I counted it out back then, and I did it in Norwegian. But I've been through some, I won't call it tough times, but it has been stressful, and I hope I come out stronger. So now I'm actually brave enough to try doing this in English for the first time. It's kind of like I'm like a phoenix rising from the ashes of my old channel, and now being stronger and different, but still the same kind of. You will have the same as you always had, for those of you who have been here before. Yeah, my little phoenix moment there. Okay, who am I? My name is Bente. I am 55 years old. I don't always remember how old I am, but I'm 55 years old. I'm originally from the very southern tip of Norway, all at the south there, but from a very little place. But as I went to Oslo, which is the capital of Norway, for my studies, for my university degree, and I've been here ever since. And so I live in Oslo, the capital of Norway, and it's very warm here right now. People think of Norway as kind of a cold place. It isn't. It's been around 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know how. It's up into 90 somewhere in Fahrenheit. I don't know the conversion there, but somewhere up there. It's warm. That's why I'm doing it early in the morning. Yeah. What am I doing and what have I been up to since you saw me last? Well, yeah, I live alone. That I probably should say too. My daughter is coming, living with me in between, so 50-50. So yeah, she's grown now, so she's a student herself. So that's okay. Yeah, what have I been up to? I can start off where I ended. I start with knitting. I do mostly knitting. It's my go-to thing to knit. It's my joy. Let's just say that straight up. For those of you who were here before, I had this big project, this big knitted coat that I was doing. It's beautiful. It is. I don't know if I haven't podcasted here before, so I'm testing out how it is. It's called Frida's, there's a very high contrast in here. Well, yeah. Let's see, there is best, yeah. Frida's lange rosejakke it's called. It's long. It's beautiful. It has this gorgeous pattern down here of roses. Frida's name is her long rose jacket. And it has these rose vines going up all the way. It's very beautiful. It's made in pelt wool, which is Norwegian sheep breed. It's really beautiful. It is shiny and it's long and lustrous. You have, these colors are all crazy. Well, it is as it is. I don't have fancy studio lights. So I love this rolled edge, this just rolls in different colors. It's really beautiful and I love it. I use it all the time. This is my spring and fall coat. It goes almost down to my knees. It's really long. It's beautiful and I love it, and I finished it. It's one of my favorites. It's not very warm, so it's good for about when it crawls down to freezing, but not below freezing. Cannot use it below freezing. That it is too cold for. Let's see if I can. A little bit limited space out here, so I'm trying to allocate what I can. So I finished that one. And from now on, I don't think, well, there is embroidery that you might have seen before. Then it's only new things. So I knitted quite a lot of I should say, the one who made Frida's lange rosejakke is Kari Hesnes, designed it. I'm going to be writing things down here, so you probably already seen it. I've already done it, I suppose. I also love knitting, and where did I put that? Oh, here it is. I also love knitting bohusstickning, which is a Swedish knitting tradition. It was a company that was founded late 1920s, early 1930s. I'm not entirely certain. I don't remember right now. And it was created to make work for. It was a rather poor part of Sweden, and they tried to and a lot of men were laid off because they were working in the stone quarries, and they were laid off, and it was a big depression and not a lot of work, and to make work for the women, they made this let's call it a design house, and they were knitting garments for sale in fancy department stores around in Europe and in the US, and they made all these beautiful designs, and I have knitted several of them. The first one I have knitted, one I don't have here, so I can show you. They all in this book, which is called Bohusstickning, the Revival. It's written both in Swedish and in English, and it's written by Vibeke Overland. I think Vibeke Overland. It's a beautiful book, and I love it, and it has a lot of designs in it, and some of my favorites are in here. Not all of them, but some of them. And I did this one for my daughter for Christmas. I did a little bit more red than this. I don't have it here because she has it at her father's house. But this is the one of the ones I did, and for her birthday. And she loves these. It's hard to find knitting that she loves, and I found some, and these are some of those she really likes. So, and then I did this. It's just simple and plain down here. So this is Stora Svanen. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, this one is called Nya Azalea. New Azalea. It's and this one is called Stora Svanen. It's beautiful. I'm going to write down who designed them and the name of the pattern down here. All the time, so you don't need to remember. Just stop the video and you can see it. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's originally in charcoal kind of grays and black, but I made it in purple tones, pink and purple tones. So I love this one. This is my daughter's favorite. This pattern. When she saw these patterns, she was, oh, this one I love. So I finally get to make her one. And then I made one for myself. These two were from my daughter. And I'm going a little fast now, but well, these are past projects and I don't remember all the details of them. So, and this is also an introduction for those you who don't know me. So I don't know what's happening to light. Well, it is as it is. This one is for me, and I need to go backwards. I cannot wear these. They are way too warm. So I'm not going to wear them at all. Do I get all of it in here now? Approximately. And this is called the blue line. The red version of this, which is called the red line, eller röda linjen, is the most famous one. This blue version, she has different, they, because it was a firm, have different versions of these patterns in different colors. And this is the blue version of it. When I wanted the red one actually, but I bought this one as a kit from, okay, I should say this I haven't said. These are all, there is a museum at Bohus with all of these sweaters, and they started a project to make reconstructed versions of them, to reproduce them and make patterns for that. And one of those who have been doing this lately a lot is Pernille. I write it down here because I have forgotten her name. Pernille something. She has Skattkistan she's in, oh gud meg, Strømstad, and it's a little town just over the border from Norway, and she has this beautiful store called Skattkistan, and she is reconstructing a lot of these patterns, and she has kits yarn kits for a lot of these bohusstickning. So I'm going to write down skattkistan down here. So if you want to go in and check, and also the link to her, I'm going to put it down in the information box below too. So if you want to have a kit for these sweaters and go in and see what she has, and then you can go in there and see. They're not cheap, but they are fantastic. Just say it like that. So this is my this is a jacket that I made. I made it this winter, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Very nice, very warm, gorgeous yarn. It's a New Zealand lamb's wool yarn. It's really, really nice. Talking about yarn kits and things, I have this one. I had it in my stash for I don't know how many years. I've been savoring it for the perfect situation, and the perfect situation occurred after I finished another yarn kit that I had savored a lot. And this is from Crystal Seifert. It's a yarn kit from her. It's not a gorgeous. Oh, I need to go back again. I'm going to go back and forth all the time. This is also a gorgeous, gorgeous jacket. It is. I did change it somewhat because I need a little bit more A-line. I'm not. My body isn't the slimmest and the nicest and firmest, so I needed to fit it a little bit to me. But this is, and it has a very loose fit. It's gorgeous. It's called, the reason I'm stalling here is because I suddenly forgotten what the jacket is called. It's also some rose. I don't remember what it's called. I'm writing it down here. It's from Crystal Seifert. It's from her book Fane Strick. I should just a second. Just a little second. Okay, here we are. I found it. It's in her, and it's in Crystal Seifert's book Fane Strick. And here it is. I have a pink version. It's called Roses and Thorns. Ooh, there it is, and a couple of other color variations, and it's a gorgeous book. It's a gorgeous sweater. This is also in her. This is a kit from Crystal Seifert, and it's also New Zealand lamb's wool. It is, when you get it, it is a lot of spinning oils in it, and it is a little hard to knit with, and it's kind of recent, what's it called in English, you know, a little bit, the stitches seems to not fill in properly, but the minute you wash it, it blooms a lot, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful yarn. It's soft and it's beautiful. It's a, let's face it, it's crap to knit with. It's horrible to knit with. It is hard and it is smelly and it's terrible, but the result is gorgeous afterwards. It's really beautiful. And the patterning and the color choices in this pink version is gorgeous. It is absolutely stunning. It has this border down there that is repeated on the sleeves. That was terrible to knit because it's a white background with darker colors and very, very long stretches between the colors here, and there were, at worst, I think there were over 30 stitches between, and it's terrible, and you needed to kind of get them they needed to be hooked up somehow. There is someone behind me that is making a big party tent, and they are going to have a party out here, and they are going to be working a little bit down there, so if you hear some noises, it's my neighbors. So what I needed to do, I needed to find a way to do this, and when I hooked it just like I normally do, it became a little uneven, and you can see it because it is such a thin yarn and it's knitted on such a loose gauge. It wasn't nice at all. It was terrible. So I had to do a different thing, and so I did something called the leatherback jacquard, which is you actually cast on. It's a double knitting basically, just with little fewer stitches on the back than you have on the front. So on the back here, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you see these letters that you have in between when there is very long, a lot of stitches between all the colored stitches. You just put in a stitch and you knit it on the back so that you don't see it on the front. It's not possible to see it on the front. You need to be very, very careful. A lot of noise behind me now. If it's getting too noisy, I'm going to go move in. You don't see it on the front at all. It makes it a little thicker and it makes it a little not so fun to knit. So I was dragging my feet while I was knitting this. But at the front, it becomes really nice afterwards. You don't see the dimples and the things that you do when you hook the thread up along the way. So yeah, Roses and Thorns. It is gorgeous. It's a beautiful, beautiful jacket. I did some changes to the pattern and I'm not entirely certain that they were all great choices. For instance, I'm not a big fan of ruffles, so down here there were ruffles. I took them away and I made it a little A-line, but I should have made the A-line a little bit all over the place, not just in the sides, so it's a little bit standing out. But well, I'm not taking it up. It's fine. It's okay. I love it. I just need to make sure that it sits right. It has a tendency to ride up my shoulders and things like that, because then be a little long and short at the sides and things like that. So I need to sort of drag it a little when I dry it and make sure that it sits nice. But it is good. I love it. Another thing, I'm going to show you two more knitting. One of the first things I did quite a long time ago, but I love it. It's the most gorgeous color. It is very loosely after it drops the side pattern, but it's so loosely. It's just the number of stitches up here and the stitch pattern. The stitch pattern is gorgeous. It's an absolutely beautiful stitch pattern. But the point of this jacket is the color. It is, I had this yarn. It is a silk yarn from Art Yarns, and it is beautiful. It's pure silk, and it is this enormously gorgeous green color, and it's coupled with another silk mohair that they have in the same color, and it's so long ago. I don't have the names anymore. I bought this, oh god, this is 12-13 years since I bought this. And here is just the silk yarn, and here is the silk and the mohair together. It is absolutely stunning. It's way too warm to wear today. I cannot wear even a shawl today. It's terrible. It's so warm, and I'm probably pretty red in my face. Well, that is how it is when you're 55 and you're sitting out and it's warm outside. So yeah, gorgeous. This is a beautiful, I love this. This goes very well with dresses, with, yeah, I use it mainly with dresses and with black dresses so that it can pop, the color can really, really pop lovely nicely. And then I'm going to show you the last thing I made. And here's my neighbors behind there. I hope you can't see them. And then the last thing I made, and it's not long ago. It was Knit in Public Day on the 10th of June, and I was out at a store that sells spinning supplies, spinning supplies and weaving supplies and things like that. So I was there and we were knitting with yarn we had spun ourselves. So my project was, oh, this is terrible in this light. It's horrible. It's Close to You by Justina Larkowska. I probably pronounced that terribly. I write it down there so you don't have to go with my pronunciation. and it is a very nice shawl. I like this. This is sort of one skein wonder. You just knit until you're out of yarn, basically, and then you bind off. So it's a nice big shawl, and I can, for the sake of demonstration, put it on, and I'm taking it off right afterwards because this is way too warm. But yeah, this is how it sits. It's in a yarn that I spun myself. It's the fiber was from Shakira Farms. It was in black tencel and merino. It's a very beautiful yarn. I really, or fiber I should say. Gorgeous colors. I like them. They're a little dark, but they're really nice. And I need to take this off right now. There's no way I'm going to wear this any longer. So yeah, it's the last thing I knitted for myself. So this concludes the knitting portion of things. So I think I can go to spinning now. I've also spun quite a lot. I am not going to show you everything, but I can show you a couple of things. I have them over here, so I need to stretch a little bit. I have a couple of bigger projects going that are a little bit more long term, and one of them is I have this. In Norway we have this bunad tradition. Bunads are folk costumes, Norwegian folk costumes that were collected and reproduced and reconstructed middle of the 1900s somewhere. Most of the dresses that they reconstructed were from the beginning to the middle of the 1800s. Some older, some younger, and they found them around on different farms all over Norway, and they reconstructed them. And I have made bunads, and every 17th of May, which is the Constitution Day in Norway, people wear their bunads, and this is quite common. This is what you wear for galas and for weddings, for confirmations, for 17th of May. Right. But I have made two, one for me and one for my daughters. I can make more, but I figured out, well, why don't I reconstruct something, and make something that is reconstructed, that is older than this. So I am planning on making something from the Middle Ages in Norway or Scandinavia. I'm not entirely sure what, where and when, but I wanted to do it all the way back. So I wanted to, not in time too, but but also in the construction of the garment. So I wanted to spin the yarn, weave the cloth, and sew it by hand. So I'm starting with the spinning process, and I have used wool from old Norwegian shorttail, which is a very old Norwegian breed. And I have spun very thin yarn. It should be woven into fabric, so it's really thin spin. And in different colors, because they are not white, these sheep. They come in different versions of gray. And with different versions of gray, you can create patterns that is, well, you can see the twill of things. They did weave a lot of twills back then, so I guess I'm going to do some sort of twill. What kind, I'm not entirely certain. Maybe diamond twill. They didn't do diamond twills too much for. I think that was mainly for cloaks and things like that. I'm not sure I did it. Oh, yeah, probably did it for dresses too. I need to read up quite a lot more, and I also need to weave linen for the undergarment, and my weaving loom. There is something else on my weaving loom right now, so I need to finish that one first. But I have a big project that and I also want to dye it. I'm not sure I'm going to dye the whole dress fabric. I'm unsure. They didn't normally. They only dyed yarn for the tablet woven bands that they have, and I love tablet weaving. I have doing some tablet weaving. I'm not sure I can use these, but because they are done in mercerized cotton. But I have. Let's see if I can get. Is it clear? This one. This is from an old grave found. This is from Birka in Sweden, which is, they have found a lot of graves there, a lot of grave goods, and a lot of tablet weaving. So I love this one. This is a reconstruction that is a little bit elaborated by let's do oh god, Blue Sen. It took a lot. I did forget their name. And I think it's Knut who did this, and he made this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. He loved to make shaded versions of these. It isn't shaded. This is shaded, like with different, oh god, there it is, with different shades, so that it's lighter and darker, and he loved to do that, and he made some beautiful, beautiful patterns. They're for free. I'm going to link it down in the description box below. And he made a lot of patterns, and they do a lot of patterns, and it's beautiful, and it's free on the internet. That was a little fly flying past me. So I love this. This is from Birka in Sweden. If I'm going to do it on this in this dress that I'm planning to make, yeah, I didn't say which style I wanted to do. I might do an apron dress. They found a lot of apron dresses in Norway too. Which are this? Oh God, I forget. Just a second. So, well, I keep forgetting things I'm going to show you. An apron dress is this kind of dress. This is a book by Nille Glasel. I don't have my glasses with me, so it's a little hard. And it is reconstructed Viking dresses. So this is an apron dress. So this is one of the things that I might want to do. And I have this linen shirt underneath that you saw. Or I might go for a more full dress, like, oh, today I can't find things. These are the men. I'm not interested in the men right now. Like this dress, something like this, is also a gorgeous dress. This is also a reconstructed dress. Either that, or these are from a little bit of different periods, but there is also a lot I found in Greenland, because in Greenland it's cold, so a lot of the clothing has actually been preserved, and I found these are from 1300 something, these dresses, and they are kind of cool. They have been reconstructed a lot. This is a book. I'll show you the book. And here's one of the dresses I found. And they have reconstructed a lot of them. And I'm not entirely certain which one I'm going to do. I'm not going to say much about it right now. But in the future, I will. This is a long-term project, a very, very long-term project, and I've been thinking about it for a long, long time. So, yeah, we'll see where we get. So what do I do now? Do I continue spinning, or do I do the rest of the tablet weaving? I can do the rest of the tablet weaving first. So I'm going to show you another thing tablet weaving I've done. Tablet weaving, for those of you who don't know, this is weaving with cards. You know, you have these square cards and that you're turning. I can link to Eloise of Finchenfield. She is fantastic. She's teaching how to tablet weave, and she has a lot of tutorials and projects that are for free on her blog. and she has this YouTube channel which is really sweet, and I really love Eloise. And please go and visit her. I'm going to link to it down here. So yeah, tablet weaving. Love tablet weaving. They did a lot of tablet weaving in this period. I might have some pictures in here of tablet weaving if I'm lucky. I'm not going to run in and find tablets for you. Okay, just something like that. This kind of weaving. And even weave bands with them. Here's another one I did, which I absolutely love. This is a reconstruction from old Finnish patterns that were found in Karelen. Well, this is the border between Russia and Finland, if I'm not entirely mistaken. And yeah, I need to find it here, but I don't. So this, okay, I can't really show you this because it is the pattern here at the same time. If I do, yeah, no, I can't. It's in this book, which is called Appleseas and Fox Noses, and it is one of the most I can't pronounce these names. I'm going to write them down. Here. It's one of the most expensive books I have, but it is fantastic. It is a lot of old bands from Karelen, and with patterns. They are reconstructed. They are grey founds, and they're absolutely beautiful. So yeah, tablet weaving. Absolutely love it. It is so cool, and it becomes so. It's good for trims and stuff like that. I haven't used them much, but I am going to. I promise. Finish up my spinning. Spinning. Yeah. I have several things I've spun to weave with. I want to make some wool dresses from fabric that I have woven myself. So I've been spinning. This is this sharp? Approximately sharp. It is a very, very thin silk merino yarn. It is, that I spun, it is almost 900 meters per 100 grams. So I have almost 2,700 meters of this. Should be enough, I hope, fingers crossed, to at least make a skirt. I hope I can make a whole dress out of it. If it isn't a very long dress, I should be able to do that. So yeah, this is going to be woven up. It's silk merino from Ashford. It's a fiber mix they have, and it is very soft, and because of all the silk, I hope it will flow nicely. So I hope this will be good, make nice dress fabric is what I hope. It's thin and it's flowy. And then the last thing I spun, I actually washed all of this yesterday. This I finished spinning yesterday is this wonderful, very yellow. It's actually yellow, but it is a dark yellow with light yellow and with some bright. Oh, did I get it now? No, I didn't. In here, some bright pink sari silk. I think I have some turquoise sari silk here, and there is sari silk in it. It's glittery. I don't know if the glitter comes. I don't think you can see that. And there's some bright yellows, and there's a lot of different colors in here. This I spun to be gifts, prizes for. There is this. We have the Norwegian podcasters. They are doing a lot of collecting of, what is it called? Collecting of money. It's called, oh come on, it's charity work for cancer, various cancer causes. And in September there is this gold ribbon guldsløyfe-aksjon, golden ribbon aksjon. Wow, doing a lot for children's cancer, of course. And I'm going to participate there, and I'm making some gifts for various knit-alongs and things we are going to do. This is mainly going to be a Norwegian project and charity. It's not called charity run. I don't know what it's called in English. Sorry. If I figure it out, I'll write it down. If not, yeah, it's for charity. So I'm going to make a Norwegian episode a little bit and talk more about what I'm going to do within that. In that, well, there are going to be some live streams, and there are going to be some knit-alongs, and there are going to be a lot of things. So yeah, so I'm going to do, all this is going to be Norwegian, so I'm not going to talk much about it here, but these are prizes for those knit-alongs. So I finished knitting, spinning 2 of them, and I have 1 more to go, which I'm going to do live on the live stream. So yeah, looking forward to that. It's probably going to mess that up too. Okay, so that's my spinning. Have I done other stuff? Oh yeah, I have. Not going to do too much. I see it's getting long already, but crocheting. I haven't crocheted that much. I did this summer actually. Is I crocheted a little shrug for my daughter. She had bought a new purple dress and she needed a shrug for it, so I made her a little shrug, which are basically sleeves with that can be attached together. It's not a spider. Okay. So this is a little shrug for my daughter. Yeah, very nice little button there. And I had a mustache because I have a stash. Everything is from stash. I have a nice big lovely stash that I absolutely adore. No shame there. Shameless stasher, yeah. So that was, this shrug. Okay, can I get it out from here without tripping everything over? Yes. Ha. It's called Winter Mimosa Shrug. It's free pattern on Ravelry. This can I Valerie Curita. I don't have my glasses on. Sorry, getting old. I can take it closer. This is free on Ravelry. It's not on Ravelry, but it's a link on Ravelry that take you to her blog, and this shrug is free there. It's a nice little, I had to adapt it because I used, of course, a different yarn, so I had to adapt it, but it wasn't too hard to do. It's a simple, it's a miniature spider that I just had to take away. One of those that are in the garden, you know, one of those garden spiders, miniature garden spiders. Yeah, so it is this yarn. You can't buy it anymore, so I'm not going to say anything about the yarn at all. It is something very old from my stash that is out of production, but it is gorgeous. I got to use it all. I just have a little bit. I think I have, I don't know, 5 grams left. So I emptied my stash out of, not of this type of yarn, but this color of yarn. So nice little Winter Mimosa shrug there. I like it a lot. It is nice. And my daughter loves it, of course. So that's the whole point. Did I have anything more finished to talk about? No. Well, it's getting late anyway, so I can. Yes, I do. I have done other things too. I almost forgot them. I have done some needle felting, and you know, if I want to be, needle felting is, you know, it's when you really get to create things. And I see this has been standing under some flowers, so it's filled up with pollen. So, well, here are some. Actually, this is wet felted. This is a snail that is wet felted, and on top is a little sprite, a little needle felted sprite. That is, well, you can take her off if you want to. She's just riding. She's my little snail rider, riding her fairy snail. So yeah, I love her. She's really sweet. She's standing under. I love to have bouquets with flowers in, and she's standing under them, riding towards them all the time. So there she is on her little snail, her little fairy snail. Okay, these patterns. Oh, you need to go there. This is needle felting. If you love to, or you want to try needle felting, you need to go to Serafina Fiber Arts. I'm going to link it down here and write it up here. And she is fantastic. She has all these tutorials, and she sells kits with all the needle felting equipment you can ever dream of having. And I never knew anything about needle felting, and I went to her website and I learned how to needle felt. And these are two different ones. The snail is one and the sprite is one, and I just combined them, and now she is riding her snail. So this is one of the things I haven't needle felt a lot. Most of the things I needle felt I give away, so I don't have all of them, but I have this little, my little, in Norwegian we call them fjøsnisse, or gnomes as they are called other places. And he came with me. You know, in Norway we have this story about fjøsnissen på lasset, which is the gnome that lives, that when you're moving house, that comes with you. So he did. So he is here now with me. This is my little gnome, and I love him. This is a kit from Serafina Fiber Arts, and I absolutely love him. And she teaches you how to do all of these finger things and everything you need, from the fibers to the little belt that he has, and he has a skeleton inside of him, which is made out of wires, and the wires are there too. So everything you might need is in there. And I love my little gnome. He is coming with me. This is not Santa Claus. Gnomes are not Santa Clauses. They tend to the animals all year round. They are very fond of animals, and yeah, you give them some extra porridge. In Norway you have this tradition that you give them extra porridge during Christmas, but they do live with you the entire year. They might be a little bit naughty sometimes, and might have a tendency to steal, especially my daughter's socks. Just one of them. Don't need two. He only takes one of them, and he uses them as sleeping bags. I think that's my theory here. So he's a little naughty sometimes, and he hides things from me. And when I can't find things, and I just tell him, please, will you please give it back to me? And then it turns up in a different place than I thought, but it normally turns up after a couple of days. So yeah, this is my little gnome. Yeah, I love him a lot. So now I think it's enough about what I do and what I make, so I can just show you quickly what I'm working on right now. Not much. I'm just going to show you a couple of things. First, something I haven't shown you that I love to do. Am I going to show you the one I'm going to unravel? No. I have a sweater, beautiful sweater, that I'm going to unravel because it was too small for me. Am I going to show you it? I can. I have it here. Yeah, here it is. It's a beautiful sweater in a beautiful yarn, but it was too small for me. Didn't I put, oh, here it is. The sweater is Rund Flettegenser, and it's made out of Linda Marveng. It's a beautiful sweater, but of course, came too small. Am I going to make it again? I'm not sure, because let's put it like this. Some people are very slender and they have nice curves and stuff. I don't really. So it didn't look good on me. I can put it on, but it didn't look good on me. I haven't done the neck and line and things like that, because I tried it on and it wasn't good. Well, you know, it sucks in. So it kind of, I can wear it, it just doesn't look good on me. Basically because it sucks in too much, and nah, doesn't look good. No, some people, they stick out on the right places. Some people stick out on the wrong places, and I am the latter one. Doesn't look good. So I think I'm going to unravel this one. It's sad. I might try to see. I don't think I have anyone who can use it, because either they are so much smaller than me, or yeah, no. So I need to unravel this one. It's a shame. I'm not going to show it much because I'm a little bit bummed out about it, but it's a gorgeous yarn from Hillesvåg, and also the pattern is from Hillesvåg, which is a mill. There's no mill in Norway, and it makes all this. This first jacket that I showed you, the Fridas Lang Rosjakke, the first one, the big coat, is also a yarn kit from Hillesvåg. With their pelt wool yarn. This is also their pelt wool yarn. It wasn't a kit. I was there. I was visiting when I was at a knitting retreat with Norsk Strikkforbund. Had their yearly meeting and a retreat at the same time, and we had a little excursion out to Hillesvåg. So I bought yarn there, and I bought a pattern there, and it's a big bummer, but it doesn't look good on me because it sucks in where it shouldn't be sucking in, so it kind of accentuates some round forms that I don't want to show off that much. Let's put it like that. Okay, so that was in progress, but it's going to be no longer in progress pretty soon. Other things that are in progress, I can do knitting first then. This is my big project now. It is from, one of my big favorites in the world. It's from Alice Starmore, and it's from her book Glamourie. I think that's how you pronounce it. Slightly unsure. It's a beautiful book. It's a fantastic book. This is one of my, I can't tell you how much I love this book. The jacket I'm making is a jacket called Damselfly. Let's see if I can find a picture that is not, yeah, here is a picture of a jacket without any patterning anywhere. Is this jacket, and it's gorgeous. Ooh. And I have bought a yarn kit from Alice Starmore, from her in her yarn Hebridean 2-ply, and it's a dream. It's so beautiful, and I can't tell you how much I love this. This is fantastic. This is absolutely incredibly fantastic, and I come thus far. This is the yarn. This is the sticks for the arm holes. It's not sticked all the way. It's just sticked where you have stranded knitting. The rest of it is just knitted back and forth. And the yarn is beautiful, and the colors are beautiful, and I'm loving every second of it. And it's ever so slightly hot to knit on right now, but I'm doing it because this is beautiful. Just look at this pattern. It's the coolest pattern ever. It's so cool. And you have all these bands all the way in different colors, and it's so beautiful. And this, I don't know if you can see. No, you can't get a feel for the yarn. It's very plump, and it's very springy, and it is fantastic to knit stranded with, and I am in heaven. It's knitted on a very firm gauge, a little firmer than I like, so I knitted. But you know, I'm a big girl, and most of these patterns that are in books and things like that, they are a little small. The biggest size is a little small for me because I have quite a big chest. So what I do is, because I thought that this gauge were a little on the tight side for this yarn, I just went up a quarter size on needles, so that the centimeters were perfect for my bust on the biggest size. I am a big girl, obviously, and as well I liked the gauge better than I did with the original gauge. Was a little too firm for me. So like that, I like firm gauge, but not that firm. So, but it is beautiful. This yarn is so plump and gorgeous, and I promise you, when this is finished, I'm going to wear this. I'm going to wear it every day because this is stunning. I absolutely love you. Love you. While I'm talking to my knitting right now. This is how much I love it. Yeah. Okay, finally, I'm going to show you something that is a real long-term project, and I couldn't find the pattern because I moved, and I started this quite a long time ago, and I really couldn't find the pattern right now, so I can't show you, but I can show you where I am. It's a embroidery. It's a cross-stitch embroidery. It's a beautiful. It's a painting. It's by painting, and I can't even remember his name. No, I don't have it here. I can write it down there. I'm going to find it later. I'm going to write it down. The painting is called The Soul of a Rose, or My Sweet Rose, as it's often called. And it's by a poem. Oh God, I couldn't find any of it this morning, so I just thought I'm going to write it down here. So you're going to have the information, even if I can't remember it. It's a beautiful. It's a very beautiful. I don't know if you can see. I love roses. I have roses everywhere, and I have some roses over there too. And I just have a little small balcony, and I do have roses, several of them. So I love roses. I love roses that smell. The sweet smell of the roses is gorgeous. So I have quite a lot of them. So, you know, my sweet rose, and the expression of pleasure she has on her face in this painting when she smells the roses is incredible. It's a little bit more rough when you do a cross stitch, but you can kind of see her expression of pleasure as she smells the rose, and this is kind of what I feel. It's a big. This is just a little fraction of. It's a big cross stitch pattern, and as I said, I couldn't find it this morning. But it has actually 90 colors, and here are my colors. I have them all sorted here in this box. I needed, because there's many of them, I needed to have this system. There are many systems for how to keep your threads, but when you have this many, I find that this is the only system that works. You know, you can't have 90 different things hanging or small bags of things, so I need this, and they are numbered. Let's find a nice color. They are numbered like this, so that I can. This is the MC number. 22, and this is going in here. Yeah. And they are in order, so that it's easy for me to find them. This is the only thing that works. So here is my sweet rose. Yeah. I think this should be sufficient for the first, either first time you see me or see me in a long time. I'm going to have more traditional format afterwards with what have I done since last time, and what am I working on. This was more like, this is me, all I love to do. More an overview of my last 2 years, some of it at least. So I'm going to do more of that. So you can expect more normal format from me. I'm not going to be very, I'm not going to be very inventive in the format, I have to admit. I'm not going to show all my purchases the last 2 years. It's not going to be, but I might have them later. And plans, well, I'm going to do that damselfly cardigan from Alice Starmore. Did I say that it was called damselfly? I might have forgotten that. I'm a little rusty, I have to admit. It's a long time, since 2 years, it's a long time, but this is the damselfly by Alice Starmore. And I'm going to finish this one, and I'm going to, I don't know, do a little here, a little there, everything that I want to do. And I don't have long-term plans normally, I just take it as they come. So we'll see about that, where I'm going with that. For my plans for how often I'm going to podcast, I don't know. I don't know, once a month or something like that. I try to do once a month. I can't promise anything more. So, well, it is, my life is, I won't say busy, but more busy than I like it to be. I like to take things slow and easy and calm and beautiful. This is for kind of life I like. So yeah, about once a month, I guess. Try to do something in the middle of a month. I'm going to do a Norwegian episode about the gullsløyfe-aksjonen, which is the, let's call it the yellow ribbon. It's not, it's a golden ribbon. Where I'm going to talk a little bit more about it and what is going on around on different Norwegian YouTube channels, and my role in that. And then, yeah, I hope you liked seeing a little bit about what I'm doing, and I hope that you will return, and that you can bear with me with all my eccentricities and not having very nice equipment, and my equipment is so. But I make a lot of things in return, and not so interested in all the electronic equipment, more with my knitting needles and yarn and stuff. So yeah, I guess I'm there. But I hope you had a good time, and I hope you will return, and that you have a nice, beautiful summer. I probably will return once more during the summer if things not come in the way. And I hope to see you. I won't say soon, but soon enough. So bye for now. Have a nice summer.